A review this morning. It's about 10 to 7 in the morning. Yeah, quarter to 7. So I don't do reviews this time, obviously. A year ago, lockdown. You could see it coming. And when the schools were shut, and we all knew we were going into some sort of lockdown. And you thought to yourself, this can't be happening. You know, a month before this time last year, I was even going on about coronavirus on the channel, saying, "Nah, it's a load of rubbish." And look at China; they've had hardly any deaths, and all this talk about it could wipe out populations a year on, and you can see that in elderly populations across the world, it has took a hell of a lot of people, and it truly has woke up the world. This time last year, a year on, um, the change in a year this time last year. I mean, we were being told at work that basically to come in, I was working on Nottingham's Park Estate then, do the gas lamps because they are classed as critical. You can't not have lighting at nights, so they need winding up, need relighting, any jobs that need doing. Do the lamps, do a litter pick, go. Don't be on site. So we did, and for 5 weeks it was good, and in fact, that was probably the best time of the whole job. Not just because I was only there a day a week or so, but because it ran smooth. We did what we did. We got out, and shortly after, then it started to go downhill in a quite devastating. I mean, when I got there, a month after I got there, I realised that this was a bad move, bad. And a month after I got there, when we started to go back, things went downhill, progressively downhill. And, this has been a long year, let's be fair. It's not all been bad though, for a lot of businesses, a lot of people have lost livelihoods, and that's awful. Pubs not being open and that. But the country seems a better country, a lot more. I mean, apart from the idiot population, but you can't change them, never will. But for a lot of people, it's been a lifesaver, and it's brought out true community. And I mean, for me, going in for this channel, which is I'll keep to my own channel really. Lockdown last year, I think I had something like, I don't know, 450 subscribers, shall we say. Been going for 2 years at that stage. No, it was 2 years in July. So yeah, under 2 years, and I think I was about 450 subscribers. And obviously I had not advertised my site to anywhere, other channels or that. I might have gone on some likes of Lidl at some stage. Gone on to Lidl, and you try and do little bits, don't you? And then I got to the stage where I thought, oh, sod it, I'll just do it. I'll just stick to myself, and what happens, happens with the good old internet. And lockdown was the start of the emergence of the review channel. And it's been an interesting year. I think what really did it is when we got to 1,000. I think it was in November sometime. And the Brewmeister review, the snake venom review, Jesus Christ. I had nothing to drink that day. I had food, and it still panned the backside out of me. Done a few pissed up reviews along the way, as you do. These things happen. You have one drink leads to another, and then you think it's smart to do a review when you're pissed, and never the best. Or you rant when you're pissed. And obviously, we've all got opinions, and sometimes your opinions should be kept to your bloody self. And I'm as guilty of that as anybody. But I haven't got silly opinions, but I've got opinions. But yeah, and then the lockdown, the Advent calendar reviews came in December, and I think that was when a community was started to be built. And since then, the channel and I think the community as well. I mean, with the thanks to people like Bruno's Beer Reviews, certainly Kent Beer Reviews, Mersey Beers especially, Borman's Beer Reviews, and there were loads of others. That was the catalyst. Um, there are other reviewers out there, who are on that initial thing. And since then, I've actually carried on the lives, as you know, and it's been an interesting journey. I mean, we've had one or two moments with spamming little buggers on the channel, maybe one or two trolls, It was a bit of an issue last night, and I need to digest the video again and find out what they were playing at and who was calling who. Don't really need it, don't want it. And like I've already said to a fellow beer tuber, that it's nice doing beer reviews, but if you was doing live reviews and there was bitten and banter is great. There's nothing wrong with banter, but backbiting and a bit of nastiness, you don't want it. I don't want it. It's not the channel for that. I want to talk about beer and life. Good life though. But yeah, moving forward, yeah, carry on. Much of the same. Did a bit too many reviews last night, mind you. I'll just go back to the 3 at 6 format. I think that works best. And I mean, at some stage, probably drop all the moderators and not have any moderators and just let it be free flow. But we'll see how it goes. It's not a case for having moderators. I don't really see the need for it unless there's a need. Unless someone's being an absolute idiot, and you don't want it, do you? But yeah, a year in lockdown, eh? We've all got a story to tell, which is why, I mean, this time last year, in a deep, well, I actually had the first 5 weeks of lockdown. I'd actually, I was buzzing because 5 days a week off work, it was flipping brilliant. And it went downhill drastically, like I says, and it got really, really dark. And I'm sure lots of people out there have gone through the same situation where over this last year they've had moments of true and utter darkness, contemplating naughty things, and never in my life have I ever thought about suicide. And there was a moment in July when for 2 days I couldn't get off the settee. Because I literally was that ill with anxiety and that I couldn't move. And the raggy who it is can't sit down. I'm just one of these that likes to bloody just move around, do stuff, and I hardly ever sit down. The family knows that. But yeah, finding the beer community, fellow beer tubers, and that it's been good. It's like having friends that you never knew existed. And hopefully this year we'll meet up. Hopefully we'll come out of this shitstorm and meet up with people who've had similar issues this last year. We've all had issues. We've all got stories to tell. And getting your story out there is a good thing. Yeah. And I've got to watch the time. It's 5 to 7. I've got to start work in 5 minutes. So it's a little bit of a yak before work. And then I applied for a job. Got the job. Got the interview. Knew it was the job in my life. I knew. The boss was an amazing, I'm interviewing him as much as he's interviewing me. And because I need to know that I'm going to the right job. I turned down 2 jobs, even in the middle of the worst moments of my life. Turned down 2 jobs to come to this job with Callum in the background. Right, that's a nice picture, isn't it, in the background? And life is so much better, I'm creating something amazing on both places. There's still a flipping journey to go. We're only at the start of the journey. Life's a journey. It's what you make of it. Being the best, going that extra, doing things, one-off random acts of kindness. If anything, the beer review community has shown me there are people who do lovely random acts of kindness. And to reciprocate that to other people, for somebody you know suffering, a little bit of a random act of kindness. You don't need any plaudits for it. It's not about that rubbish. It's about just doing a nice thing. And yeah, I've had some very nice things, and it's been totally humbling. It's been good. And then 2 days ago, my daughter's had a baby, so now I'm a granddad again, second time. And seeing him last night, I didn't hold him, so I mean little babies. Oh, you know, I've got this little phobia about holding little babies. I stroked his face and, you know, had a good smile at him. I got a lovely video of me grandson holding his brother and then kissing his brother, and that is going to last forever. So I'm going to wrap this up. Yeah, that's my year, you know, and most people know, they've seen the journey I've been on, especially if you watch some of the dark reviews from June till August time. Yeah, you'll see that the progression, and I do hope everybody's on a better course. You know, we've all lost people, and but being a bit more friendlier out there, making friends, being nice. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, life's about moving on. Once in a year pandemic, once in a generation pandemic, and coming out of it, you know, whether you believe in the vaccine or not, you know, personally, I think you should, but it's up to you, isn't it? You're not going abroad if you don't. You can see that coming. But yeah, as a thank you to everyone who comes to the channel. Thank you to all the other beer tubers for welcoming me truly to the community. I know Dean did at the beginning, but I was too shy and issues. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting year ahead, and hopefully more interesting stuff on the channel, especially as I join not only the beer community but local beer breweries and stuff, and telling their story. That's where I want to go, you know, not just about necking beer every night. Right, thanks a lot. See you soon. Cheers. Back to work.